Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Wood Shop. This is Arlene once again, and I'm going to go over some basic things about Rough Rider knives and stationary knives. I did one a number of years ago, and I think it's due for an update. This is a Murphy knife. This is a stationary knife. These two are stationary knives. These I bought at a wood carving show many years ago, and I couldn't tell you who made those. But I love these ones because they're not real long blades. They hold up an edge well, and so does the Murphy knife. This is what most of the beginners will use when I do a class, and it runs about $18 to $20 for one of these. It's a Murphy knife. This is what a Murphy knife. This is the shape of a Murphy knife. The blade's about an inch and inch and a half, inch and 1/2 long. And these knives are pre-sharpened, ready to go. And I get these at Hillcrest Carving in Lancaster. If you want one, you can look up his number. You can Google his shop. It's called Hillcrest Carving in Lancaster, PA. His name is Don Schwartz, and then a phone number will pop up, I'm sure, and you can give him a call if you want one of these. Do not buy these at a hobby store, chain store. They do not have the same quality blade in them. Believe me, folks, I had one that somebody wanted me to sharpen, and I could not get an edge on that. Excuse me. I could not get an edge on that to save my life. So, you know, a lot of people are buying those knives, and I'm sure there are a lot of frustrated puppies out there because they cannot cut with this knife. And I'm telling you, I spent at least 30 minutes trying to get an edge on this, and I could not get an edge on those knives. So get it from either Don or some kind of wood carving supply store, or if you want to put a little more money out, get a straight blade, 1.5 inches for your longest blade from a knife maker. The one thing I want to share with you, though, this is an inch. 1.5 inches, and the nice thing about it, you can choke up on it a little bit without getting your thumb in the blade area if you need to do some detail. So my students will use this as a detail knife and a roughing knife, and so they don't have to buy two different knives for a project. And a lot of folks enjoy, I use this from time to time because I just like the way it handles. So with that said, always buy something with a straight edge, not a curvature to it. It's much easier to sharpen and to take care of. So that's my spiel about that. If you're a first-time carver, or if you're not a first-time carver, still wear your glove and your thumb guard, and make sure that you have those on when you carve. The reason I don't want beginners to use a pocket knife is because they can collapse on you, okay, when you're carving. And this is a 3-bladed knife. This is the same thing as this. It's just a different handle. This one is not revamped yet, not reshaped at all. And this one here was this blade right here. Okay, see the difference in the way I reshaped that one for carving. I got rid of that little curvature there and made it into a straight blade. So most of mine, including the little pen knife here, has a little bit of a curvature to it. This is what the Barlow knife used to look like, and now I also have that as a straight edge, and they're just much easier to carve and to sharpen with a straight edge, in my opinion. Some people like the curvature portion on it. I don't. I like it straight. So if you're buying a Rough Rider knife, the Barlow knife I use a lot. I never use the two larger blades, okay? They're too long. They run just about 2 inches. Way too big for my type of carving. They're way too big. I usually use the smaller knife on the 2-bladed Barlow knife. I use a smaller blade, and then on the 3-bladed Rough Rider knife I use the 2 smaller ones. They come in without a lock blade on it, so be very careful if you're going to use one of these. And I would like to see you carve with one of these for quite a while before I would want you to use or to attempt using a pocket knife. some of you folks out there are used to a pocket knife because you carry one with you all the time. I know at the farm I carried one with me all the time, so I was very, very comfortable with handling a pocket knife. But even with all that said, the most I've ever cut myself with these is when I was opening and closing them. Okay, not getting my hand out of the spring action when they go down, you know, or being in a hurry to close them up. They are nice in a sense because you can close them and protect the blade after it's sharpened. And that's one reason I like the pocket knife. And I just like pocket knives. It's just something I always enjoyed buying them and all. But these here, you do not want them super long. The Barlow knife runs about 1.25 inches for the handle, and these other two run an inch and a half. So if you go too long, the blades are too long. And these are the two style shaped blades you should be looking for. Okay. So I hope that explains some of the things. If you're interested in a 3-bladed one, I still have some here. I bought a whole batch of them. I think I bought like 26. I think I have about 15 left, somewhere around that. If you're interested in it, I do not reshape them anymore. I just don't have the time for it, folks, and it takes time to do it. If you know somebody in your carving club that can do it, or you have a buddy that's interested in sharpening knives or something, then let them do it. But if I sell it, it is the way it is, brand new. It will come in the box, you know, and $17, and that's including the shipping, and I'll ship that anywhere in the U.S. and Canada, you know. And I'm not going to buy any more of them because you can get them on eBay if you know what you're looking for. And the information I'm giving you now, you should be able to find anything on eBay you want. I sold a couple of these, well, at least 10 of these over the internet so far, and I'm not making a, you know, I'm not going to make this a habit of continue selling these. So if you want, and I don't have any Barlow knives, it's just this particular green-handled knife that I have. So that is the story behind the knives. I hope that it gives you the information you need to make an intelligent decision on which one you should use first. So if you're a beginner, stick with these. If you've been carving a while, you'll enjoy these, I'm sure. And just make sure you sharpen them up properly and reshape them properly, and you'll have a knife for a very long time. It's great to be able to just close them up and put them in your pocket and walk away. You know, and if you have them in a carving box, they don't have a habit of clinking. You don't need to put like a knife protector on it or anything else. Okay, folks, so I hope you keep carving, and I hope that explains a lot of what you should be looking for in a knife. Take care. Bye-bye.